From Lindenwold High School, this is The Morning Roar. With anchors Rochelle Goodman and Shamar Williams. Meteorologist Sean Pangilian. And the 411 with Sean Pangilian.
Good morning, LHS. I'm Rochelle Goodman, and welcome to today's broadcast of The Morning Roar.
And I'm Daisy Custis. Today's Friday, February 7th, 2020.
Senior class is having a sweatshirt fundraiser. All sweatshirts are $20 with no name or $25 with name. Please see Mr. Egan or Miss Underwood. It's weather time. Let's go to our meteorologist.
I'm Emmanuel Mayba with today's forecast. Today we'll have showers with a high of 53 and a low of 50 and winds coming from the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. On Saturday, we'll have showers and temperatures at a high of 42 and low of 31. On Sunday, we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 47 and low of 35. On Monday, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 52 and low of 42. On Tuesday, we'll have showers with a high of 55 and a low of 39. On Wednesday, we'll have showers and a high of 52 and low of 38. Now, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm Emmanuel Mayba with your 411. It's time for another 4 Real moment brought to you by Mr. Flick's Community Broadcasting class.
For real?
Do you know the name of the network used by many African Americans offering shelter and aid to runaway slaves? If you guessed the Underground Railroad, you're right. Despite of being called the Underground Railroad, it was actually not a railroad. The underground part of the name comes from its secrecy, and the railroad part of the name described the network of meeting places, secret routes, passageways, and safe houses used by the slaves. The hiding places, such as private homes, churches, and schoolhouses, were called stations, safe houses, and depots. The people operating them were called station masters. There were many well-used routes in the Underground Railroad stretching west through Ohio to Indiana and Iowa. There were 3 major routes in South Jersey. Station A, a connection from Camden to Burlington and from Bordentown to Princeton. Station B, which included a system from Woodbury to Mount Laurel. And Station C, which consisted of a route from Greenwich to Swedesboro, then on to Mount Holly. Others headed north through Pennsylvania and into New England or through Detroit on their way to Canada. The reason many escapees headed for Canada was because of the Fugitive Slave Acts in the U.S. The first act, passed in 1793, allowed local governments to apprehend and extradite escaped slaves from within the borders of free states back to their point of origin, and to punish anyone helping the fugitives. To go along with the railroad theme, people who guided fugitive slaves were known as conductors. One of the most famous conductors was Harriet Tubman. During a 10-year span, she made 19 trips into the South and escorted over 300 slaves to freedom. Another famous conductor was abolitionist John Brown. Brown established the League of Gileadites, devoted to helping fugitive slaves to get to Canada. He led a raid on Harper's Ferry to create an armed force to make its way deep into the South and free slaves by gunpoint. Unfortunately, Brown's men were defeated, and Brown was hanged for treason in 1859. Later on, President Lincoln announced the Emancipation Proclamation, which granted freedom to slaves in Confederate states on New Year's Day in 1863. The Underground Railroad ceased operations during the Civil War that same year. This has been your For Real moment.
For real?
I'm Rochelle Goodman.
And I'm Daisy Custis. You stay classy, Lindenwold.
Thank you for watching today's telecast of The Morning Roar. This show is produced by the students of LHS TV. Watch this and other shows at lhstv.com.